not the archvital. Oh, hello there. Watching me as I sleep. That's a very good idea. What's that? You've completed Doom. And the Ultimate Doom. And Doom 2. And the Master levels for Doom. And Final Doom. And the Nerve Wad from the console version of Doom. And the N64 version of Doom. And you want more Doom content, but you don't want to mess around with unofficial community mods. Ooh. Well, fortunately for you, there is an option. There have been some commercially released Doom engine products. Let's have a look! Hello, Doom Guy, my old friend. I've come to play with you again, because these wads are so appealing, and the skill set has no ceiling. The logical next step for any Doom enthusiast who has completed the official games is the modding community, where there are thousands of maps and more partial to total conversions of the game than you could ever hope to get through in a lifetime. We're not going to look at that today. Instead, I'm playing the first level of several popular commercial Doom products not made by id in the GZ Doom source port, and telling you what I think. Heretic. Although id published this title and John Romero helped, Heretic is by Raven Software, who already had multiple first-person shooters under their belt. I grew up on Heretic, so impartiality is impossible here. If you don't mind magic instead of guns in the fantasy theme, then this is an obvious first port of call for you. The opening level is wonderful and sets the tone perfectly. Go play it! The Lost Episodes of Doom. Made around the same time as the official master levels for Doom 2, and featuring many levels made by those map makers, The Lost Episodes of Doom is more of what you already know, and the opening level confirms that this may as well be an extension of the original game. Well worth hunting down. Hexen! This sequel to Heretic maintains the fantasy theme, but is very different gameplay-wise. There are character classes, central hub areas, and non-linear levels that are much more puzzle-based than its predecessor. It's a good game, but diverges significantly from standard Doom, so if you're not keen on that, your mileage may vary on this one. Strife! Speaking of diverging significantly, Strife is a first-person RPG complete with conversation systems, voiced characters, and NPCs. It has more in common with immersive sims like System Shock and Deus Ex than any of id's first-person shooters. Its sprawling first level will take some getting used to for your average Doom enthusiast, and while there's still a lot of shooting, the other elements might not be so appreciated. Chex Quest! Famous for being the first game CD released via Serial Box in America, I've never played Chex Quest until now because, try as I might, I'm not American. It's bright and colourful and far better than it had any need to be back in the day. So kudos to developer Digital Cafe. They've made an entertaining total conversion that's still fun to play, and must have sold by the box load. Perditions Get! What was supposed to be a sequel to Team TNT's Final Doom, most of the levels here were written by one of their map makers. I played this on my Random DOS game show and had a blast. So if you enjoyed either Doom 2 or Final Doom, then I'd recommend giving it a go. Hell to pay! Much like Perditions Get, this was developed by the Wraith Corporation and published by WizardWorks. Just like that game, it also featured a Team TNT map maker. Unlike its sister release though, Hell to Pay has new monsters and weapons and strikes a different tone altogether over the course of its 30 levels. Axe, Twitch and Kill! Unlike the previous two partial conversions, Axe changed everything about Doom while retaining that same addictive gameplay. Alongside Perditions Gate, it was the reason I made this video in the first place. The sprawling corporation offices infested with monsters and malicious robots gone awry also features destructible elements and elevators. Well worth a blast through.
Action Doom 2 Urban Brawl.
Although it can't run on the Doom engine and instead uses a source port, and although it was only commercially available for 2 years, Action Doom 2's cel-shaded graphics and fun first-person beat-em-up style gameplay are a perfect example of the insane creativity that runs rampant within the Doom community.
Sejal.
This 9-level megawad has one thing going for it that everything else I've just talked about doesn't. It was made by John Romero, the co-founder of id Software and lead designer behind the original Doom games. It's the 5th episode of the original Doom, released 25 years after the fact. There's absolutely no reason for you not to play this, and it's also free. Your next step, should you choose to accept, is to look at the names of the level makers behind both these games and the official releases. It will lead you on an endless trek through the communal history of Doom, and onto maps and megawads that may never have been commercial, but are clearly superior offerings. Don't be shy now, thousands of hours of killing await you.